every business can only stay alive but so long. So when you do things to introduce a younger audience to your product, your service, your brand, your business, what you're doing is you're literally extending the lifeline of your business.
So this next one is pretty interesting, but I'm not very shocked. Let's just put it this way. Logan Paul has made recent news of signing with WWE. For those who don't know what WWE is, for the old school people of WWF, right? He is getting into wrestling. So we already knew that Logan dipped his toe with boxing and fought the best boxer alive to some, which is Floyd Mayweather. And he did make a debut, I believe, in like WrestleMania, one of those big
Yeah.
events. And now he signed with WWE. The amount of money that he's making was not disclosed, but we already know there was a bag. We already
There's
know
some big money involved.
Yeah, we already know that, right? Now, my question before I played a clip that actually intrigued me, right? But does this mean that boxing is just going to be left for his brother? Or is he going to dibble and dabble? Because I feel that with this, Logan is trying to be just the overall entertainer, right? Anything I could do, but I'm athletic, so I think this platform would make the most sense of me showing my personality plus showing how athletic I am. I think it's a good look, but what do you think?
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, he probably just didn't want to do anything with boxing anymore because and he never really, I don't know that he fought anyone I mean, of course, he fought Floyd Mayweather, but before that, I think he fought KSI, which was another YouTuber. So I don't know that it was like a run to do professional boxing, but it was like, hey, let's do it for entertainment. I'm going to fight KSI, who's another YouTuber. Oh, what's the next big thing? Oh, fight one of the best boxers alive, Floyd Mayweather. And then it's like, yeah, so I'm with you on that. I think it's going the entertainment route definitely probably is a good fit for his brand too.
Yeah, so I found a clip that may explain why this is a good fit for actually both parties, for Logan as well as WWE.
I don't have a WWE fan base, and I think that's why they like me here is I'm able to I believe part of my value comes in bridging the gap between like mainstream and this WWE world, and I can kind of do this a little bit.
I agree with that.
That's huge.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a good look from a WWE standpoint because it's like, all right, first off, they have loyal, diehard fans.
Fan base.
Like, I know 50 and 60-year-olds who still watch wrestling. Like, and I'm like, okay, that I left
when The
that
Rock was
world
still
a
a
long
wrestler.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I left that world a long time ago. But there are people who still watch. There's new people that watch it clearly, right? And I think this is going to be a good look because he has 23 million subscribers on his YouTube channel alone. That's not including all the followings he have on other social media platforms, but he has a huge following base. If we're trying to gain more people, especially of his generation, yeah, and he already likes it. Boom, why don't we give him a contract? And then of course, like I said earlier, where Logan is athletic, a whole personality. Boxing didn't necessarily allow him to show his personality, right? It didn't. You can't create a storyline per se in boxing. You can have it kind of in the, the pre-shows or the warm-ups of up to the fight where you have to create who's the good guy, bad guy kind of vibe. But WWE is all about storyline. It's all about that. Now, for some people, is it real? Is it fake? I don't know. I don't necessarily care. I'm just being honest. It's entertainment, right? But once again, this is also a good look because I remember I read somewhere that WWE was having like a whole bunch of layoffs from wrestlers. I don't know if you read that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there was a whole like a whole layoff situation. So maybe it was making room for new people. Who's to say that WWE won't pull the same thing as, let's say, record labels where they find the top social media people or athletes and things like that, and let's make them into stars. So I think this is a good look for both parties. And of course, we already know he's not moving without a bag. So there has to be some interest with that.
Some big money involved. Yeah. No, I mean, two lessons here, and I speak to this often. I always talk about the importance of brands and businesses making moves to make sure that they extend the lifeline of their business, right? Every business can only stay alive but so long. So when you do things to introduce a younger audience to your product, your service, your brand, your business, what you're doing is you're literally extending the lifeline of your business, because now younger people are going to be attracted to what you do, and they're going to bring it up for a couple more years and maybe pass it down to the next generation. So that is super important. If you have a fan base, a following, a customer base, a business, a brand that is serving 50, 60, 70-year-olds, nothing to them. That's like my mom's generation, let's just say that. Well, the opportunity for them to continue buying and consuming within your ecosystem is very limited. But once my mom passes it on to me and I pass it on to another younger generation, let's say a group of people that I mentor at high school, well, guess what? Then I just brought another maybe 20, 30 years of bandwidth for that business. So I always say that. I know sometimes it can be intimidating when we look at the next generation. Every generation goes with this. Oh, I don't like their music choice. Oh, these people are a little bit different. Oh, this next generation is this. But they're usually more talented. Every generation gets better no matter what we say, I'm sure. You know, there are some people who are looking at our generation like, man, these knuckleheads are not going to amount to nothing. Well, guess what? We're kind of doing pretty good for ourselves. Same thing with the next generation. They're doing phenomenal as well. So if you're a business or a brand on the sidelines, like wondering how can I bring more eyes to what I'm doing, consider bringing some younger people into your organization and what you're doing, a part of the mix. The other thing is, and I would be interested to see this happen, the WWE has done a phenomenal job of turning their wrestlers into movie stars, and I think that's where he's headed too. I look at The Rock, John Cena, you know, a few others who've made appearances from wrestling into movies, and that'd be interesting. I could see that like in his makeup or somewhere in his future. That I wouldn't be surprised.
I could see that happen. I don't know if he needed WWE to do that, but I definitely could see that.
Because it's television. Like, I mean, I'm not saying YouTube stars don't get TV deals. There's some who do, but it's not as consistent when you're working with TV. I think their production is still top notch, and they stream you to a little bit more, more people that, I don't know what they did. I'm just saying, this is kind of like my kind of guesstimated opinion. I'm like, man, what if that translates into some form of movie stuff, which would be cool, especially if he's in it for the entertainment.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.